The Real Signs of Heaven's Warning for Humans to Change, Part 4 of 8, on Between Master and Disciples, held in English.
Đêm qua ta mơ chăn gối hiền hòa, trầm thoáng hương đưa ngày đó mặn mà. Người còn bên ta, tình còn bao la, tình còn bao la.
And number 6, Ukraine has to retreat from Syria-Donetsk because the Russians were overwhelming them.
Too bad.
See, they don't have enough manpower. They don't have enough weapons. They say for every one missile that Ukraine fired out, there were 10 returned from Russia. So they cannot always afford it.
Yes, Master.
Once you fired your missile, maybe you give away your position.
Right.
That's even. So if you don't have enough power to cover yourself, then the enemy will overwhelm you. So they were ordered to retreat. The soldiers did not want to, but the upper government told them to retreat because they didn't want them to die too much there anymore. It's been a long time fighting over there, that area.
Yes,
Master.
Number 7, there was a man just walking in his yard and a big tree fell on him and he died. That was after the storm, as in America. After the storm, maybe that tree did not fall down. He had to wait for him to go under there and fell down and kill him. Number 8, there's an underwater volcano that could cause huge tsunami for Italy. Yeah, remember one time in Tonga, there was also an underwater volcano.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, and it broke out, and then Tonga suffered big destruction.
Right.
And normally, up to that day, they'd never had any COVID-19.
Yes.
And after the international aid was brought in for them, because their island was much destroyed, then they began to have COVID.
Gosh.
And there's some bad news, like Ukraine reports massive attack from Belarus. I told you already, Russia has different armies from different countries,
Yes, Master.
and Ukraine is alone. It's not fair.
Gosh.
Terrible. And many other bad news, but we will just make some of the international ones.
Yes.
Auschwitz Museum says that it is also been used like propaganda for Russia. But there's also some strange news, like Russian air defense system suffers epic malfunction. A video shows that. And also, pro-Russian militants say that they have taken Ukrainian fortified positions.
Oh, no.
And you know, the earthquake in Afghanistan is making trouble for the Taliban because they have a hard time to respond to the earthquake victims because of international isolation as well.
Gosh.
But there's some good news from Ukraine, like the Ukrainians destroyed some of the Russian combat instruments, like tanks and ammunition.
Yes.
And also Ukrainian special forces work with artillery units, take out Russian forces. So they gain here and they lose there.
Yes, Master.
The G7 must act to help tackle global hunger crisis. The German UN Food Agency says something like that.
Yes,
Master.
Some people have to drive through Russia to escape the Ukraine war. And world leaders are facing crisis on all fronts. Putin will be watching if they fail. And some Ukraine farm animals burned alive in Russian bombing. Oh, God. Poor animal people. Oh, God. Oh. In the UK and mainland Europe, there are fresh transport strikes.
Yes,
Master.
You know, and Germany ends Nazi-era abortion at law.
Oh.
I check it out. Probably abortion advertisements. They will allow that.
Yes, Master.
Op-ed, Ukraine suffers, but Putin and Russia will be the loser. Some positive opinion.
Yes.
Yes.
That sounds true.
Yeah, so. Oslo police believe mass shooting that killed 2 and injured 10 was terror attack. It's everywhere, just shooting.
Yes.
There's not one day gone by that I don't see any shooting news on the internet screen. Russia pushed it to block second city in eastern Ukraine. There's another shooting at the gay bar here.
Wow.
Oh, God. Injured 21 and killed 2. Oh, terrible. And there is Putin's top priest collapses during Russian church ceremony.
Oh.
Wow.
Must be a bad one. And the Washington Post says something like the assessment from Western countries saying Russia will soon exhaust its combat capabilities.
Oh.
So optimistic. They say that even though there is a Russian advance, it's likely to stall during the coming weeks as Putin dealt blow. This is Ukrainians fired 3 large tactical ballistic missiles at Russian forces armored depots. This is from Metro press agent. Russia hit with a series of unexplained explosions as 2 fireballs caused mass blackout. They always have some mysterious explosions. Nobody knows why and where from.
Yes.
The Ukrainians' American-made rockets blast the Russians for the first time. Well, there's some good news and bad news, for Ukraine.
Yes, Master.
And there's some good news here. $100 million World Bank loan approved to resolve malnutrition in Philippines.
Wow.
Somebody here is saying that Foreign Chief Loxin says no more joint exploration of oil with China. Russian Air Force struggling in Ukraine because of combat problem. That's it. And then it comes back to the small news here from my mobile phone. Kremlin officials see that NATO is preparing for war with Russia. Ukrainian sappers remove bomb from Kharkiv block. That is that. For now, I haven't the time to read more than that. Every day, our world doesn't seem to be in a peaceful era at all.
No, it doesn't, Master.
Even some good news is also from the war.
Yes.
And from hunger, from problems.
Yes, always sad.
Even if problem solving, there is a problem there.
Yes.
Bad things and good things are just together somehow.
Yes, Master.
Yes, Master.
We never can have all good things in this world. And that's just the 2.5 days that I look into the internet. There's so many bad news like that. All bad news.
Yes,
It's a lot.
And many other news is also bad news.
Yes.
Master.
Or just nothing to be happy about. I did not have time to write all that down. But even just that is enough already for you to know what kind of world we live in.
Yeah.
In 2.5 days, so much bad news like that.
Yes, Master.
Yes.
Every time I send you news, I only send those that I think are good ones. Because news, they sometimes also develop. Sometimes they say something, but that's in the early stage of the matter. Later, they update the report.
Yes, Master.
Then I will send you the updated. Every time I send, it's hundreds of news. And after a couple of days, it's full. So I have to delete.
Yes, Master.
We don't support fake news, and I mean that. You know that.
Yes,
Yes,
Master.
Master.
So now, this monkeypox is new, and they consider to announce it to the world, the World Health Organization, whether or not to announce this is an emergency already.
Yes.
Yes, Master.
In the beginning, they say, it's only transmitted in some remote corner, maybe Africa or something like that. But it's updated all the time.
Yes, Master.
Yes, Master.
And lately, it's all over already. It's not just in Africa or that remote corner anymore. And they even discover that it's airborne. And then, for example, I say that people should wear masks. This is in the news like that.
Yes,
Yes.
And then the scientists also discover that the monkeypox now changed their attitude, changed their quality, changed their strategy. So now it's airborne even.
Yes, Master.
So that's why they recommended masks.
Đêm qua ta mơ theo cánh nhạn hồng, lạ lướt mây xanh, thanh thang trời lộng, một đời thong dong, một đời thong dong.
But if we are not concerned about our destination at all, and just to fill our stomachs we kill, or are instrumental in having killed for us fish or fowl or other animals, surely we will have to pay for our evil deeds, and that becomes such a heavy load that we can hardly stand, let alone walk or run. Hazur Maharaj Saran Singh Ji, vegetarian.